Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with Queensberry's Dev Sahni. Dev, you backed him, maybe at points almost a heroic effort nonetheless there. Talk me through the fight.
Yeah, talk you through the fight. I mean, he was, I understand, you might be able to confirm, apparently he was up on the cards, so that's good. I think he performed better than any other fighter in a losing effort against Artur Beterbiev. It feels like that he kind of backed him up. He just fought so valiantly. That was the thing for me. He was under a lot of pressure straight away, but he kept fighting back, and he's got the heart of a lion. I think ultimately, when it came down to it, Beterbiev did the job. He's an absolute monster. He keeps coming forward, sledgehammers for fists, and Anthony Yarde did the right thing and pulled him out. And Yarde contests it, which is always, that's what you want to see from the fighter. You don't want to see the fighter go back. You want to see him go, what? I could have gone on. But yeah, look, I think he can go out with his head held high, and he's been saved for another day. But full credit Artur Beterbiev. The guy, as I knew all along, is an absolute monster. I just thought maybe the timing was right, but not to be.
In a way, Dev, look, they didn't get the victory, but from a promotional perspective, is it job done, sort of?
Job done, sort of. Well, look, the job done would be walking away with 3 of the 4 light heavyweight belts, right? But what have we learnt about Anthony Yarde this week? We've learnt that he's got the heart of a lion. We suspected that anyway, but he's shown it properly tonight. We've learnt that the public love him. It was rocking in here tonight, and the public were cheering him on as he kept fighting back. And we learnt that he's a star. He's a real star. I think there'll be a lot of intrigue about what Anthony Yarde does next. Joshua Buatsi was getting himself some coverage tonight on BT Sport. Good to see him on a big platform. And, maybe that's something that could be looked at. Big fight between them. I don't know what Buatsi's going to do next. So that would be big. I think we've learnt a lot about Anthony Yarde this week. He'll be absolutely devastated. But I think his stock went up.
Sorry, Dev, are you just hinting there Buatsi might be coming over to...
No, I don't know. It's just nice to see him on BT Sport, isn't it? Just good to see him. I didn't see the Craig Richards fight, but yeah, good to see him.
Amongst the British light heavyweights, when you put them on the world scene, people debate over who's the number 1 in the country. Does Yarde, off the back of that performance, jolt himself to number 1? Yeah,
I think he was there anyway. For me, I mean, it's the 3-headed monster, isn't it? It's Buatsi, it's Callum Smith, and it's Anthony Yarde. And with Callum Smith, it's everything that he's done at super middleweight, really. That's the stock he's taken in. But he didn't do an awful lot against Canelo Alvarez, at all. So for me, his stock goes down a bit. Joshua Buatsi hasn't yet had that breakout fight, that breakout performance. Anthony Yarde has had them in losing efforts, really. So I think it's kind of between Buatsi and Yarde, and I just about put Yarde's losing efforts and knockout win over Lyndon Arthur above Buatsi's win over Craig Richards.
David, let's just take a look at the undercard. Differing bits of success for the Atoma brothers there.
I felt for Carroll. I felt for Moses as well. Carroll's just got to regroup and come again. That was hard for him in there at times. So he's got the right people around him to bring him back. It's really back to the drawing board. Maybe the opponent was a bit much too soon. Maybe it was a little bit of boy versus man in there, but I don't know. He'll be back. He's got the right mentality to figure it out. But I felt for Moses because there was a couple of things. The opponent just went over immediately, and I said to Moses, "Did you hit him hard?" And he said he didn't think that he did. But then the guys in the corner getting attention and everything. So maybe Moses Atoma has supernatural power, amazing power. I don't know. Apparently he does. So, but it felt like he couldn't fully enjoy it because of what had happened. Crazy night for the Atomas, one that they'll never forget. We need to see Carroll rebuild and come back, and as I say, he's got the right people around him.
Last question, Carroll will be back, Moses will be back, Queensberry will be back, but will you be back on Twitter tomorrow?
That is a great question. Absolutely, bring it on, but I've already given them their thumbnail as well. Do you want the thumbnail?
Let's go for it.
There you go, you got it. But yeah, of course, mate. My profile's gone through the roof though, with all these tweets. I thought Anthony Yarde would win. I can't back down from that. I thought he would beat a 38-year-old, ageing, coming off an injury, away from home, Artur Beterbiev, and I believed and I backed him, and I was wrong.
Congratulations, Dev. Great watch though it was. Thank you for speaking to Seconds
No
Out.
worries, mate.